In the session. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about action filters and order of operations in filters. So mostly to create the interactive dashboards, we use action filters. So type of action filters and how do we apply these action filters in Tableau, and what is called as an interactive dashboard, and what is the order of operations of filters. So in filters and action filters, there are actually 6 types of actions. So I have given only 4 types here. So I'll show you what are those 6 types. So if you go to worksheet and go to actions, okay, so here you can add 6 type of action filters where you can filter the data, where you can highlight the data. And if you want to go to some URL, so we can put that. And if you want to go to one particular sheet, so I will tell you about each and every action filter here. Let me remove this one. Say okay. So let me create an customer, or let's say region. We'll start from country. So as we all know, like country, region, state, city, postal code. So this is the hierarchy that we know. So in each and every country, there will be regions. In each and every region, you have states. In states, we will have cities. So likewise, we will have the drill down option for these things. So I want to show, let's say, country level information, sales. And I want to know how this number is coming. So 22,97,201 is the sum of what all states are there in United States country. Okay, summing up all together, which is giving me United States value. So this is country information. Okay, in the next sheet, I will create for state. So I will take state and I will take same sales and I will sort it. Okay, so all this sum up together, so related to country, let's say I'll put this in rows. Okay, so Canada value is nothing but the sum of all these states value, which is 29,333. So without states, you can see the total of Canada is 29,333. And if you go to this one and you take the sum of all this, which is the sum of United States, which will be somewhere around 22,97,291. And I also have in cities, I'll also create city, and I'll put sales here. And I'll sort it, and I'll put state. Okay, let's say I have Alabama state. Or let's say, let me remove this. Clear sort. Okay, I have Alabama. So Alabama has $19,511 of sales. So all this summing up together, I will get 19,511 value. I'll just increase the resolution. Okay, so to get this value, if I do whatever the cities which are there in that state, so summing up together, I will get 19,511 value. And if I go to state, so here there is no city segregation, so you can just see that value. Okay, so now I want to see, so I will give an option to the user where he can select in the particular sheet. So I'll create a filter. Okay, and I will select my source sheet as country. So here my source is country sheet, and my target sheet is state. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is source is the place where I will click on that. So by selecting, so there are multiple options. So I'll show you about select first. And my target sheet is, let's say, state. So in this, you will see all the sheets which are there in the dashboard. So these are all the sheets which are there in my current dashboard. So now I will select state. Okay, and I will say show all values. So I'll tell you about all these options. So first click on this select and click on show all values and say okay. Okay, and so this action filter is created. And whenever I click on this, so okay, Canada. So I want to see Canada details. So how this 29,333 is coming. So when I click on this, so it will take me to the state worksheet. Why? Because my target sheet is state sheet. So source is nothing but wherever I click on it. So if I click on this, I will be able to go to the state worksheet, which is here. So it will take me to state worksheet and it will filter on the data point which I have clicked on. So it will be filtering on Canada in state sheet. So I'm just clicking on this and you can see it went to state sheet and you can see Canada information. So in the filters, it is automatically applied this Canada filter. You can see in the uh, tooltip or in the comments, you can see Canada filter is getting applied. And if you double click on this, you can see Canada is applied already. So that's how we can see. And visually, if you want to see, you can put country column also here. Okay, so Canada is getting filtered. And when you go to country again, let's say now you want to see United States and click on this United States. Now it will filter on United States values. And you can see what are the states in United States. And in the same way, I will do for state and city. So now I will make, now I will change. So this is my first scenario where I have country as my source sheet and the state as my target sheet. In the second scenario, I will take state sheet as my source and city sheet as my target sheet. Okay. So when I say source, that means where I click on, where I do click, so that will be my source. And target is where it will take me to. So if you click on this source sheet, it will take to uh, it will take to the it will take to this sheet. Okay, with the filters. So with whatever action that we have given. So we have given filter action. With filter action, it will go. Okay, so now I will create a action filter. Okay, so this is the filter which we have created for country and source, country and state, country as a source, and state as target. So this is a just name that I'm giving to this action filter. And now I will create a new action filter in which state will be my source, state sheet will be my source, and city sheet will be my target. So here I will, in the source sheets, I will select state and I'll click on this select option, and in target I will select city. So these are my sheets so that I want to select, and click on show all values and say okay. Say okay here also. Okay, so now I will click on one data point, which is Alabama and United States. So this is my source sheet where I will click on. So state is my source sheet. So if I click on this state sheet, whatever data point I'm clicking on, so it will take me to the city sheet, and it will filter on whatever state that I have clicked. So let me select Florida. So Florida, if I click on this, so it will take me to, it has taken me to city worksheet, and I can see Florida is getting filtered, and whatever the cities under Florida, I can see those cities. So you can directly say the 89,474 value is coming because of all these worksheets. So this way we can apply action filters. And let me put this in dashboard. Automatic. Yeah, so let's put this in country, state, and let's put city as well. Let's put city, yeah. So here when I clicked on this, so let's say Canada. Okay, so this is about individual worksheets that we have created. So for the actions we have created, so this is about worksheet actions. So we have seen about worksheet actions. So this we can do it in worksheets. So this is at sheet level. Now I will show you in dashboard level. So in dashboard level, so if you keep the worksheets in dashboard level, so you need to use dashboard actions. So how to create this dashboard actions? So it's the same process. You select this dashboard actions. Okay, and so let me remove these older actions. And here I will click on filter. So I will select country. Country is my source. So I'll create these two filters again. So these two action filters, which I will take country as my source and state as my target. I'll keep these values and say okay. So this is for country as source, country being the source, and state being the target. Say okay. And I'll also create the second filter where I will take state as the source and city as the target. And click on the show all values, say okay. And I'll name this as state source. Source is nothing but where I will click on, and target is nothing but where the action will get applied. So here I'm trying to apply filter action. Target is city. Say okay. Okay, and so if I click on this Canada, So you can see that Canada is getting filtered. And so you are getting this $29,333 value from all the states. And let's say if I click on British Columbia 2763, so I can see British Columbia has only one city in it. So that value is coming from Vancouver city. And let's say if I click on Alberta, so Alberta is that value 11,460 is coming from two different cities. So this way we can filter on these things. Okay. And I will tell you about these options which are there. So there are many options that we have. So earlier, so I have selecting run action on selecting. So by clicking, basically by clicking, I want to apply that action. And there is one more option, hover. Hovering is nothing but just put the cursor on it. So it will just apply that filter. So say okay. And I'll put hover option for this as well. So if I just hover on it, so I'm not clicking on any data point. So if I just hover on it, it will just filter on that. So if I hover on Canada, I'm not clicking on any data point. I'm just hovering on it. I'm just putting my cursor on it. And if I go to this one, so if I put my cursor on Alberta, I can see Alberta data towards your right. And if I if I hover on British Columbia, earlier I used to click on that particular data point. Then only that filter is getting applied on the target sheet. But currently I'm not clicking on anything. I'm just hovering on it. I'm just putting my cursor. So that is one option. And we also have one more option, menu. So I'll put menu. And here it is. Say okay. So menu is nothing but when you click on it, you will get a menu bar. So you'll get a menu bar and then you click on this link. So if you click on this link, then only it will get applied. Okay. And if I go here, Alberta, so click on it, you will get a menu and click on the hyperlink, then only that filter will get applied. For Alberta, yeah. So hovering and uh, hovering and menu, we won't use it much. So we use mostly select button. So hovering, it might be confused. So if you just hover on it, it will show the values accordingly. But it's better you click on this select button. So it will just show you. Select option is better than any other options, menu and hovering. But depending on your requirement, you can change it to menu or to select. And I will show you this single select only. Say okay. Dashboard actions. Click on single select only. Say okay. Okay. So single select is nothing but you can't select multiple values. So let me show you before. Let me remove this one. Say okay. Let's say I have clicked on Canada. So I can see Canada related information, Alberta. And I want to see Alberta. So I can see Alberta and control select and click on any other states, Manitoba. So you can also see Manitoba and Ontario, Quebec. So you can select multiple selection is also possible where you want to see what are these cities in the next sheet. What are the states in this particular city? What are the cities in particular states? So if you want to see multiple selections, so that is also possible. And if you go here and do single select only, say okay. So it will not allow you to select multiple. So earlier I used to select, let's say Alberta, and when I try to do control select, so it won't show you anything in the right side. Why? Because it will, so we have given only single selection option. So only one selection it will show you. So that is also based on the requirement. You can change it to multiple selection or single selection. So that is about run action on. So this will be on the source side, wherever you click on. So that is why it is shown here. So if you want to hover on the source sheet, so the filter will get applied, or select on the source sheet or menu. And this single select is based on the selection. Like if you want to control select each and every value, so then it will get applied to how many values that you are manually selecting. So it's better you click on this multi selection only. So whenever you want to see multiple values, so you can visualize and say okay. So I will tell you about all these three. So why I'm keeping every time show all values is, so let's say I have selected on Manitoba and I can see this value. And when I remove this filter, so when I remove this selection, so if I want to remove this selection, click on the same button, same thing, and you are able to remove that filter so that you can see all values. So basically, uh, if you remove filter, what should be the action needs to be taken. So that is about this thing. Okay, so if I unselect, what should be the action that needs to be taken? So clearing the selection, I told Tableau that to show all values. So whenever I select Canada, so I can see Canada details. And whenever I remove this selection, so when I'm clearing the selection, so to clear the selection, there are two options. To clear the selection, there are two options. One option is click on the data point, same data point, or click on escape button, or uh, escape button in your keyboard. Okay, I can click on here and I can remove the selection where it will show all values. And there is one more option where you can click on escape button. So first time I have selected the same data point. In the second time, so I'm just clicking on the escape button right now. So it will remove the filter that got applied. So that is about clearing the selection. And now we will see keep filtered values. Okay, so even if I clear the selection, I'm telling Tableau to keep the filtered values as it is until the next filter is getting applied. Okay, say okay. So Canada, I'm clicking on it. So even if I unselect it, or even if I clear the selection, I'm still able to see Canada until unless I select the next option. Okay, even if I remove this clear selection, I can able to see Canada data. If you, okay, I'll show it for state. So if I click on state, cities state will interact. So Arizona is filtered. So click on escape button. So even if I remove the selection also, I can still see the uh, Arizona data. So it's better you show all values. Why? Because in this current scenario, you can understand there is nothing you have clicked on, and you might get confused why Arizona is showing on. So it's better you keep it on show all values. But depending on the user requirement, if the user want to see it like this, if they select any particular latest filter that they have selected, they want to see it as it is, even if they clear the selection, so they can see it. So that is about keep filtered values. Now we'll put exclude all values. Say exclude all values. So by clearing the selection, it will remove everything. So you won't see any data on the dashboard. Let's say United States, I'm clicking on it. And when I clear the selection, So you won't see any data until unless you click on it. You then only you will be able to see. And click on Arizona and remove the selection. So data will be removed. So there are three options how this action filter needs to be applied. So I have clicked on escape button. So in which it has cleared all the selections. If we clear the selection, so the action is to exclude all values. So that's why. So mostly we use show all values. So depending on the requirement, we might use exclude all values and all. Say okay. Okay, so here in this case, if I select United States, I can see United States data. And when I do clear the selection, I can see that filter is getting removed and I can see all the states in these countries. So that's about filters. So now that any questions for all chart? Yeah, yeah, we can use. I didn't get your question. Can you repeat that? So I'm just showing for tabular chart, but even for bar charts and all also you can use. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We can. Um, okay, so here I have selected state, and if I select on Canada, so I can see Canada related states, and in Canada I can click on Manitoba and I can see Manitoba. So this chart I can create some pie chart, or let's create a tree map. Yeah. So this way you can see. So you can keep multiple different sheets. So to understand, I've just kept tabular charts. So in this, you can't see the values. It is getting filtered. So to understand, I have given tabular charts, but usually you can keep any different sheets. So this is called as an interactive dashboard where you can click on any worksheet and accordingly the other sheets will interact based on that. Is it clear? Yeah. Okay, so that's about, let's create this also map chart. So these are all the sheets in, these are all the state cities in each and every state. So let's say if I click on Alberta, so in Alberta, there is one city. And if I click on this, so likewise, I can filter on any particular state and I can see the data. Okay, so not only this, so I'll just make a control Z. Okay, so now that we have this country, state, city, now I will show you how to apply action, highlight action. So I'll remove this filter actions. Now I'll show you how to keep highlight action. So same way we'll do. I'll put my source as country and I'll put my state as target sheet and say okay. So this is same source is country to state. I will say okay. state to city. And I'll select in source, I will select state, and and target, I will select city. So here you can see dashboard 2. So dashboard 2, I have kept only these 3 sheets. So that's why you are seeing only 3 sheets. So I have used country, state, city. So I have kept only these 3 worksheets. So I can apply the interaction between 3 worksheets. So whatever dashboards that worksheets that we keep, all the worksheets will be shown here. Even if you keep 10 worksheets or 20 worksheets, so all the list of worksheets will be shown here. Say okay. So if I click on United States, you can see United States is getting highlighted. So the basic function is to highlight, not to filter on anything. So that will be highlighted. And if I click on Alabama, so Alabama will get highlighted. Arizona will get highlighted. And it will be visually appealing when you have, let's say, I'll create a map chart. Let's see, okay. Okay, so it will be visually appealing when you create map charts and all. Okay, so if I click on this, only United States getting highlighted. Even still, I can have this Canada values. So other will be de-highlighted, and the main whatever you selected will be highlighted. And let's say if I select Canada, so Canada will get highlighted. So likewise, if you select from Canada, so whatever value is there in Canada, yeah. So this is the Regina, which will be highlighted. So there is only one city in this state province. So that is why only that is getting highlighted. So that is the option of highlight function where you want to so instead of filtering the data, so it is just it will just highlight where it is. And not only that, let's say I'll just remove this city for now. So I'm selecting Montana. Okay, so in this complete list, you might not be able to find where Montana is. So if you click on this, so you can see that particular name will get highlighted. And let's say, yeah, so to quickly check Manitoba, where exactly it is, so you can click on the map, and you know that Manitoba is here, and you click on this, and you want to know what is the sales and what are the details of that particular state, so we can know that. So when I say details, let's say what region it belongs to, and what country it belongs to. So like this, some of the details we can add. Let's say like this. Yeah. Alberta, I have selected. So it is from West region and Canada country. So like this, if you need more details and you want to highlight, we can highlight with the highlight action. So that is about highlight, and we will have same options, which is hover select menu. So let's click on hover, click on hover. So instead of clicking, so earlier when I have clicked on the source sheet, then only it got applied. But I'm just hovering on it right now, just placing my cursor on it. So it is getting applied. So in the map also, instead of clicking, I'll just put my cursor on it. So it will apply on it. You can see that is get highlighted. So Colorado is getting highlighted in the next sheet. So this way we can apply highlight action. And menu is also there. So menu is, you need to click on that data point and you will get a menu. In that menu, you need to click on hyperlink. Then only that highlight action will get applied. So click on this, click on country to state. So that this will get highlighted, and click on this. Until unless you click on this hyperlink, it will not get applied. like this. So that is about highlight action. Now we'll see go to URL. So I'll remove these things. So go to URL, I'll keep it in the dashboard too. So I'll select all the three, and I want to search it on Wikipedia. So you can keep any link over there. So for now, I'm taking an example of Wikipedia. So I'll just type Wikipedia India, and I'll take this link. I'm using this link, and I'll keep. Okay, so I'll keep one by one. Let me select country first. So here I will insert country column and say okay. So this is about country and say okay. And I'll create go to URL. And for state, I will create one. I'll click on dashboard 2 and I can see all the states. Click on this, click on select. Instead of India, I want to search it on based on each and every state in Wikipedia. So I'll select state, say okay. So whatever sheet I'm selecting, I'm just selecting that particular uh, state related information. So now I want to select city. So in Wikipedia, I want to search it on that particular uh, city wherever I have clicked on. So that will be my source sheet. So, okay, say okay. So in this city column itself is not there. We need to put it. So until unless that city column is not there, you can't keep the city name over there. So city is not there. I will put city column and I'll go to dashboard 2. Click on dashboard actions. Okay, so city, I will put city select and here I will add the city. Name it as city. So basically what I'm trying to do is, so this is my Wikipedia link. Okay. So whenever I click on any particular city, so let's say I have clicked on uh, Florida. So Florida will be assigned in this link. So instead of this city, Florida will be shown here and it will go to this particular URL and search on Florida. So now we'll see how this works. So if I click on United States, in Wikipedia, it will search for United States. Okay, and you can see United States details in Wikipedia. So without entering any value. So if I want to search on Canada, so I'll just click on this. It will take me to Wikipedia and it will show the Canada information. In the same way, states also. So I have given in such a way that, so I will open the state. So I have created a URL link for state sheet. So where I have given, so at the end of this URL, I have provided state field. So what happens is, so whenever I click on this, so at the end of that Wikipedia URL, that state name will be assigned and it will go to that particular URL. So South Dakota. So it will search for South Dakota in Wikipedia. And same goes for city as well. So if I click on this Rogers or Little Rock, it will search for Little Rock in the Wikipedia. Okay, it belongs to Arkansas state provinces. So you can see that information in Wikipedia. So how this works in our organization is, so in organizations we use Zira or some employee IDs. Based on employee IDs, we create some websites. Okay, so there will be some websites. Okay, so you can keep your website link or Jira links. Okay, how these links will be there is some link like Wikipedia, like this, you will have some Jira link, Jira or something like this. So here you will have some ID. Okay, so you will have list of IDs with some tasks. So if you want to show, if you want to see that particular ID's information, you can click on that particular ID and it will go to that Jira website and it will show you information of that particular ID. As we are seeing in Wikipedia, we are able to see this particular city's information. In the same way, we will be able to see Jira ID's information or employee ID's information. Okay, but the link has to be in such a way that where you can control the last letter or last word that you can control. So this last word, we can assign that ID field or ID column. And in this example, I have used state, city, country columns as the fields at the end. So you can see I have modified this Wikipedia link. At the end, I have provided state and province. And for city, I have provided city at the end. And for country, I have provided country. So in this way, you can search on whatever link that you want to. And based on your selection, so the link will be modified. So that's about URL action filter. So I'll just take a pause. So if you have any questions. Okay. Divya, can you tell me what is action filter? What is filter action? Hello. Okay, Prashant, can you tell me what is filter action? Okay. Yeah. So whatever selection that you have done, based on that, filter will be applied to the other sheets. Yes. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. So once you start practicing, you will get easy. Like, yeah, you'll understand how and what is happening over there. So that's why I'm telling it very slowly. So now we'll see about. So we have seen about these three uh, filters, which is filter action and highlight action and go to URL. So now we'll see go to sheet. So let me remove all this. Click on go to sheet. Okay, so now here I'll apply a go to sheet option where I click on this particular sheet that says state. So if I click on this state sheet, I want to go to a different workbook or different, let's say show filter. So show filter is a dashboard. So show filter is a dashboard which I have created. So that is the name that I have assigned to that. So if I click on state, so I want to go to this show filter dashboard, say okay. So I'll click on this. Select state over here. Say okay. Say okay. Okay, so if we click on this, you can go to, let's say, if I have clicked on this, so it will take me to the sheet 9. So likewise, we can go there. So without applying any filters and all. So otherwise, we'll have one more option where we want to go to the different worksheets. So there is an option called navigation. So by navigating onto by clicking on that button also, we can go to the required sheets. So I'll take this navigation button. Okay, so basically the action filters are to create the interaction between two multiple sheets. So whatever sheets that we keep in the dashboard, let's say if you keep 5 or 6 worksheets, so that each and every worksheet will interact with the other worksheets. So you can click on it and you can apply filters, you can apply highlight actions. So if you click on one particular Canada region, let's say, if you have Canada field in other worksheets, and you click on Canada and you can see that Canada will get highlighted in across all the 5 or 6 worksheets. Or if you want to filter on it, you can create a filter action where it will filter on Canada, and you can see in all the worksheets, you can see Canada information only. So that way your dashboard will be interactive so that every sheet will talk to every worksheet in the entire dashboard. So with Tableau, we can create interactive dashboards. Yeah, so let me just put a navigation button. So earlier we used to have this option where we can go to URL. Okay, so by clicking on sheets, we go to URL, but later on in the coming versions, they have given a navigation button directly in the Tableau, I mean dashboard components itself. They have given a navigation button where it will take you to the other dashboard. So let's say edit this button and click on, so navigate to, I want to navigate to show filters dashboard, and I'll write the title as go to show filter and say okay. And alt to click on this. So it will take you to the show filter dashboard. And here also we can give a navigation button. And I will say dashboard to as a home button. And I will edit the button and navigate to which sheet I want to navigate to. I want to navigate to dashboard 2. And this I will create as a home button. Say okay. And alt click on this. Okay, so this way we can create a navigation button. So with go to or URL also, it's the same functionality, but it will work to go to sheet. So it will go to whatever sheet you want to go. So it will not go to the dashboard. So let's say if I click on any particular state, let's say, so if I will click on this state sheet and I want to go to sheet 11, say okay, say okay. And I'm clicking on this state, so which is taking me to sheet 11. Okay. So if you want to navigate from this dashboard to sheet 11, you can go there. But normally we don't do that. So navigating from the, so normally what we do is we publish the dashboard. So good practice is to publish the dashboard and not to show the worksheets and not to show the worksheets. Okay, so while publishing, what we do is we generally hide the worksheets. So right click on this and hide all worksheets. So we just publish dashboards. And why these navigation buttons are used is, So whenever you are creating a dashboard, you create it like a story. So, and you need to tell which is the first dashboard and which is the second dashboard and which is the final dashboard. So that the user can go through like a movie where it will have a home button and it will have a subject and it will have a ending. So let's say this particular sheet where I'm showing this country, region, state details, and in show filter, I'm showing some categorical information. So this is some categorical information. So basically, this is my uh, home sheet, or let's say home dashboard. So this is my first dashboard. So if I want to go to the other dashboard, so I can alt click on this and I can see this information. And when I want to go back to my home dashboard, so instead of going below, so you can go to this one. So why we are keeping this option is, so even if you are going to Tableau public, so in Tableau public, when I open, so you have this option of not showing these tabs. So sometimes what we do is we don't show these tabs on the top. So I'm just opening one dashboard. So sometimes we don't show tabs on the top. So where we can hide the tabs. Where is this button? So usually we get an option to show not to show these tabs. So there is a settings button. So usually we don't show, sometimes we don't show tabs. So we'll give the users access to this buttons so that they can toggle between these worksheets. So go to show filter and they can just click on these buttons. Alt click on these buttons and they can navigate from one dashboard to other dashboards. So that is about go to URL and navigation buttons. So in today's session, we have discussed about 4 types of action filters. One is filter, highlight, go to sheet, go to URL and go to sheet, go to sheet. Or and also we have discussed about navigation button. Okay, so I'll show you about other 2 action filters. So there are other 2 more action filters which are available. So change parameter and change set values. So we will discuss about those 2 actions tomorrow. So any questions from this session? Okay. Himanshu, can you tell me about go to URL action? Okay. Okay, so try to watch the video again. So I'll send this video. So try to replicate this thing in your desktop and you will be able to understand that. Yeah, sure. I'll send that PDF. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all for joining. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay, I'll send all the sessions, all the previous session classes as well. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, yeah. I'll send it. I'll send it. Yeah. Yeah, Divya. వాయిస్ లో వస్తుంది. సార్ మైక్ దగ్గర మాట్లాడండి. ఆహా. లాస్ట్ లో మనం స్టేట్ కానీ సిటీ కానీ ఇస్తే దాని బేస్ మీద. ఉమ్, అవును. ఆ లింక్స్ కూడా స్పెసిఫిక్ గా ఉంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు వికీపీడియాలో లాస్ట్ ఎడ్జ్ ని మనం చేంజ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఉమ్, ఇక్కడ ఎడ్జ్ లో చేంజ్ చేసుకోవడానికి ఉంటుంది. అట్లనే మనకు జీరా లింక్స్ కానీ కొన్ని ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లింక్స్ ఎండ్ లో ఒక ఐడి కానీ లేదంటే ఒక నేమ్ కానీ పెట్టేలా ఉంటాయి. అట్లా ఉన్న లింక్స్ మాత్రమే మనం ఎడిట్ చేసుకోగలుగుతాం. యా ప్రశాంత్. ఓ, నీకు ఇవ్వలేదా? ఓకే, నేను సెండ్ చేస్తా. ఓకే ఓకే, నేను సెండ్ చేస్తా. యా. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్ ఫర్ జాయినింగ్. విల్ కంటిన్యూ టుమారో. అదే స్టూడెంట్ లైసెన్స్ కి మీకుంది కదా. చేసుకోలేదు ఇంకా. ఓకే. ఉమ్. ఆ, ప్రదీప్ ఇచ్చాడు కదా నీకు. ఓకే. సరే.